Hey everyone! I'm going to talk in English today. As you probably know, I recently started offering English consulting services in South Korea. While working with some of you, I thought it would be great to share why you should learn English right now. First, difference in opportunities. I actually create one of the most stable jobs in South Korea, teaching. People tell me that I'm brave for doing that, but honestly, I wasn't scared at all. Why? Because I'm good at English. After finishing my studies in the UK, no one knows if I get a job or start my own business. But if I considered only the Korean job market, quitting teaching would have been really tough. The Korean job market right now, it's bloody hell. So I searched LinkedIn for the jobs I can apply for, setting the location to Korea. Guess how many popped up? 3. Just 3. Then I changed the location to the UK. 243 jobs. And if I put places like the US, Singapore, and so on, I'm sure even more would show up. Now some people might say, what about Korean job sites like 사람인? They have tons of listings for you.
Karens, shut up.
Well, if you think that way, this video is not for you. The fact is, knowing English opens up way more opportunities for you. That's just a fact. And to those thinking, but ChatGPT exists, why bother learning English? ChatGPT can't replace you chatting with native speakers, express your own ideas, and leading projects, and so on. So, do you want to apply for just 3 jobs and wait for results? Or apply to over 200 jobs and see what happens? The choice is up to you. I'm open to jobs not only in South Korea, but in the UK, Singapore, and anywhere global companies exist. That's why quitting my stable job didn't scare me that much. It's not about jobs either. After I quit, I decided to go to a graduate school. Since my English is good, I naturally wanted to study and meet people from all over the world. So I didn't hesitate to apply to UK universities. I quit teaching on March 1st, and just 2 months later, on May 1st, I got accepted to UK graduate school. How? Because I'm good at English. Writing SOPs, CVs, and taking IELTS test. Yes, I worked hard, but my English was never a barrier. If I weren't good at English, my only choice would have been domestic universities. Whether you choose domestic or overseas school, that's up to you. But isn't it better to have more choices? Thanks to English, I jumped from a school ranked 590th in QS to one ranked 35th. And just then you know, Seoul National University ranked 38th. You get what I mean? Second, you won't starve. Speaking of opportunities, if you are fluent in English in South Korea, you will never starve. English still dominates the private education market here, from kindergarten to adult classes. And in the job market, English certificates are necessary. So if you are even just a bit better in English than others, you won't have to worry about making a living. From English kindergartens to language institutes, there are tons of places that you can work. Oh, but student numbers are dropping. Yes, that's right. The number of students dropped by 820,000. But guess what? 30,000 new institutes opened. That's the reality in Korea. Mastering English is like having a skill that keeps you safe. Even when I was preparing for the teaching exams, I kept getting offers to teach. It's like my insurance. Third, difference in information volume. Do you know what's becoming the biggest social divide? It's not money, not your background, not your school. It's the difference in access to information. This is called digital divide. If you know how to use the information well, money and status will follow. According to a study by a German web tech company, 49.1% of all information online is in English. So if you are good at English, you are basically accessing the half of world's information. But what about Korean? Only 0.8%. And yes, I know some of you say, but I can just ask ChatGPT. Why do I have to learn English? While also ChatGPT is based on online information. And since most of that information is based on English, asking in English means you get broader and more detailed answers. When I want some important information, I always ask ChatGPT in English. Are you going to live your life with 49% of information in the world or just 0.8% of them? Think about it. Lastly, you become a more attractive person. That one's a bit lighter, but it's the most important for me. Being able to speak another language, it makes me feel more confident and honestly more attractive. When you speak different languages, your way of thinking actually changes. The brain of someone who speaks English, Chinese, Korean, or whatever it is, the way of thinking and the brain's formation are all different. I speak all of them, English, Chinese, and Korean. Living your whole life with only one way of thinking. It sounds a little bit boring, doesn't it? Feeling confident about languages makes me love myself more. It's just knowing one extra language, but it positively changed my life in many better ways. So today I talked about why learning English makes life easier and how it can leverage your life. If you don't know how to start studying English, check out the consulting link in the description and apply. I'll help you leverage your life too. Anyway, there is a will, there is a way. Bye!